For years, I've been using gas to cook with. Recently, I got more into alcohol stoves, first with the X-Boil, and then more recently with the Trangia. And then about a month ago, I put a video up just basically explaining why I had moved from the X-Boil to the Trangia stove. And that video went crazy mad, really successful. Got loads and loads of comments from people, and there's a lot of love for the Trangia stoves out there. So based on a lot of that love, I've kind of moved into the Trangia 27. So today's my very first time using it. I'm actually cooking my lunch on it. So I've got Kentucky beef with noodles. I'm going to cook in that. So it's my first time looking at this. I actually bought this from eBay, so it's actually secondhand. Now, in full honesty, I did buy the carry case or the sack separately, and I ended up having to buy also a new strap because the strap on the one that I had bought was a little bit damaged, so I did buy some new things for it. But this is the Trangia 27. And I've heard people just talk about this in a way where they say it's like having a complete kitchen in your rucksack. So I'm wait and see. What else did I buy? Oh yeah, I also bought this little chopping board strainer lid thing. It's not a lid, is it? Strainer, chopping board. So I also bought that. So that's the only things I've bought on top of this extra, and I've just given it a good clean. It was a bit dirty when I bought it, so I've given it a good clean up. So anyway, first time using this today, and also bought tiny little wooden spatulas, which are pretty cool. And this is the little alcohol stove that came with it. Again, it needed a bit of a clean up. Clean that up. So it's actually my first time actually cooking with this stove. For a moment there, I thought I'd left behind my ferro rods for lighting this thing, which wouldn't have been very good. There we go. And yet again today, folks, I am right beside a footpath, maybe 10 or 12 meters away. This is quite a busy footpath where I'm at. So there's going to be people walking up and down here, which will amuse me greatly. So just while that thing starts to bloom, I'm just going to give a massive thank you to everyone. So I mentioned just earlier there that I did a video about a month ago talking about why I moved from the X-Boil to the Trangia, and I don't know why, but for some reason the gods of YouTube absolutely loved it, and the algorithm took to it. So I'm just going to see if I can bring it up here, the results for it. So it's called Why I Ditched the X-Boil for the Trangia, and I bet you I'm in a situation here where I've got no coverage because I'm in the woods. So basically, it's had over 14,000 views, over 1,000 hours of watch time, and that one video alone created 580 odd subscribers. So it took me from a place of, whereas I was talking about being monetized, so I was aiming to get monetized. I needed to get to 1,000 subscribers, which I was confident at, but I was more pushing to get to 3,000 hours of watch time, just to get to that initial stage of subscription. And we've actually flown past that. So now I'm over 1,000 subscribers, and I am, I think, 184 watch hours away from becoming fully monetized. So, I mean, that is awesome. And that's primarily down to everyone who subscribed to the channel, and obviously YouTube for helping promote that video for whatever reason it did. I don't understand how the algorithm works. I don't think anyone does. But yeah, that one video has absolutely been astounding. So I have to have a massive thanks and appreciation to everyone who has supported the channel in that way. So it's got these cheap chicken noodles. So, I've never cooked chicken noodles out and about beforehand, so this will be something new. I suppose it'd be a good test to see how efficient this thing is in terms of water, fuel usage, to see whether I'm going to have enough fuel to actually boil this. Okay. As well as heat my food or fry my food up. Not only have I got the 27, I also went out and bought the little Trangia triangle. So the X-Boil kit I had, actually sold all that on eBay, and then I went out and I bought this just as the heat shield, because I was using the heat shield from the windshield, I should say, from the X-Boil with this. That's the wrong one. Always find this is like some kind of crazy origami thing to get this to go together. Well, there we go, first time. Yeah, so that's the little Trangia triangle, if you're not seeing that. And then it comes like this, and then I've also gone and bought a little pot stand to go on top, just so you get proper space between the ring where the Trangia cooker sits and resting a pot on top. So this is my backup. I've also got an extra Trangia stove for this one, so I can take either out, depends on what I'm going to do. So I might use that also, I don't know. I suppose the beauty of this also is it's just quiet. And this is why I really wanted to move away from gas, is just to have a bit of come out and actually cook quietly, where there's no noise. So you just got it's just the sound of the birds. It's pretty cool, really. But I do appreciate cooking on gas is quicker than using the Trangia. I know I was out yesterday doing a bushcraft course and had just the Trangia triangle with me. It's really windy and we was beside a river, and I went through a full fill of fuel or meths just to boil enough water for a cup of coffee. So it's surprising how much fuel you actually use when it is windy. But isn't this a beautiful place where I'm at? So just got the river here in front of me. Loads of beach. And it's just an ancient woodland. I've also brought out, so this is, so I talk about Marc quite a bit in these videos. So Marc is my half-brother's half-brother who passed away August the 12th last year. And this is his old DD Hammock. I have exactly the same hammock, apart from I've got the whoopee slings to attach mine, whereas Marc's still got, Marc's is just as it came, and he's put some of his own little mods on there, and I've never actually put this one up. But today, after I've had my lunch and stuff, I'm going to put it up just to get a look at it, just for myself. I might put it on the video, don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I'm going to take a look at that later. It's just nice, again, it's just nice to remember Marc. I think that's important. So I'm going to combine, basically, I mean, this video is a combination really of my last video, which is talking about being alone, overcoming fear out wild camping, which is something that I hadn't done for over 2 years, just because, if I'm honest with you, it was the fear of coming out by myself. So I had always put it off, and then having done it, it's a case of, right, okay, well, it was stupid, silly of me to have the irrational fear that I actually had. To have healthy fears, okay, but that was just irrational, of being out by myself. But what I found as a result of just, maybe it's part of my own evolution of mental health, wild camping, being out here, and people ask me how am I? So when I go and meet people, or people out that know about my backstory, and people will say, how are you? And I always say, I'm okay. And I say okay, I'm okay, because I am okay. I don't feel the need to jump around and sing and shout and everything else, saying, look at me, I'm great, and all this kind of stuff. But equally, I don't have any kind of suicidal thoughts, which is something that I used to have. I am very much I'm content. That's the best way I can describe myself. I am completely content with who I am. I'm not in competition with anyone else for anything else. And I am just very, very relaxed, very happy. I think that's awesome. I do think that is awesome. It is amazing. It is amazing. But yeah, I am content. I suppose this is what a voice and a face of contentment sounds like. It's taken a while to get here. It's like something I used to always say when I was younger, so go back when I was in my 20s, late 20s, is that you can't love somebody else if you can't love who you are. If you don't love who you are, how can you give love to somebody else? I think I'd kind of forgotten that also, to love me, to be able to love other people. But now it's I'm a very different place, of just very, very content. So again, it's cool. I love this. So YouTube, I said I was confident that I would hit 1,000 subscribers, but I think we're at 1,520 as of this morning, which is, I'm not even sure what day it is. There you go. I know it's a Thursday. What date is it? It's the 22nd of May. So Thursday, 22nd of May. So as of today, we're 1,520 something subscribers, which is awesome. And then now I need to think, okay, so what's the next goal for the channel? I suppose the next goal is going to be 5,000 subscribers. See if I can get more people, or see if there's more, basically see if there's people out there who enjoy my content, kind of just unscripted, but with a focus and a purpose. I think I know that purpose always revolves just around mental health. Just being out here, it is mental health. It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. So that the camera there can see that amazing shot of the river, whereas you guys over there just get to see me. Sucks, huh? So I've purposefully overfilled this with water. So what I'm going to do, it's boiled, so I assume that it is cooked. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down and let that rest. And then I will say this about the Trangia kit, it is very well made. As I said, this one's second hand, so I don't know how long this has been used by somebody else. So this is from a local butcher. It's Kentucky beef. Okay, it smells amazing already. It's actually nice to be able to see. If I can just get this camera, I'll just show you the bloom of the flames in there. Oop, there we go. It's actually nice to be able to see the bloom. Thanks to all of you amazing people out there. I am literally 184 watch hours away from being fully monetized, which is where I actually earn a bit of money from the videos or the advertisement that YouTube puts into our videos, which is just amazing. And I said, I have no idea how much I'll make or what's going to happen. I don't know. But it'd be nice to actually be able to get a bit of money and pump it back in to the bushcraft and wild camping. And also, having the money enables Catherine and I to go further afield, to actually travel and do different things. You know, to actually visit different places, be it camping or whatever. Oh, I've just seen the filthiest thing. So one thing that I am not a fan of is baby corn. Really, really, I'm not a fan. Hey, as I was saying, yeah, just being able to actually monetize this channel. It just gives me that ability to do, or gives Catherine and I that ability to travel a bit further and do things a bit differently than what we have done. And that is incredible. And again, I'm going to be completely honest here, because I don't see the point in lying to anyone, is when I first started looking at YouTube, when I first properly got back into wild camping, which I think was probably in that first lockdown, we've got back into hiking and stuff, being outside. And you know, it was the time when mental health was really shocking. I was getting some help. And I was on Google, on YouTube I should say, I was looking at all these different YouTube channels, talking about wild camping and all these other things. I thought, you know what? And I thought, well, I could do that. And that was one of my, I suppose, one of the things in the back of my mind, that the channel could make an income source. And it's really weird, actually, in that there are so many videos now that go up where mental health is a strong theme in it. I think that might be my niche, is mental health with camping. I kind of fell into it here. It was I don't know what it was meant to be, but it has kind of become mental health and camping. It is the number of people who genuinely reach out to talk about their own mental health, especially people who haven't spoken to anyone else about it, but they're still carrying it and they haven't gone to get help. So I get messages from people on a regular basis, and I mean very regular. I mean, every video normally gets at least a couple of individuals coming forward and talking about their own mental health, or you know, saying that what I said resonated with them. And it's made the channel and what I do, it's not about me, it's about other people. It's about being able to show vulnerability, contentment, having gone through a stage in my life where I really wasn't very happy, to a place now where I find peace and joy and love for being outside. Completely content. And in the past, I wouldn't dream of coming here and doing this, because there's a footpath just there. I go, oh no, what will people say? What will people do? I was worried about other people all the time. I was worried about what everyone else thought, and I never gave myself time to think about what makes me happy. And it's not that I don't care. It just doesn't matter. Other people have their opinions, and that's their right. They can welcome to their opinion, but it's not going to stop me doing what brings me, oh dear, brings me joy. Lessons I'm going to learn from today is bring some kind of wiper, some cotton, paper towel even, cotton, paper towel, just to wipe my fork with and my hands, because these utensils are getting dirty, and I don't want to get these micro towels dirty, or dirtier than I need to, if I can. By the time you guys see this, it'll be coming out, I think, on the 2nd of June, which I think is this next Saturday coming. So Catherine and I will actually be in Rhodes on our holidays, which would be awesome. And it's our first holiday away together, where it's just Catherine and myself since we had kids. And our eldest is 24. So I mean, we've been away and stuff, like for little breaks and stuff. We haven't actually been away on a proper holiday. So it's like, so looking forward to that. It's so long overdue. So long overdue. So yeah, when you're watching this video, leave comments and everything else. I will respond more than likely, but I will be in Rhodes. So we're actually staying up in Rhodes City, Rhodes Town. Is it Rhodes Town or Rhodes City? Rhodes Town. So right to the north of the island. So just, yeah, excited. I've never been to Greece before, I think, Greek island. So really, really excited. Looking forward to this immensely. So I might actually do some videos from Greece, also from Rhodes also, because it does look amazing. That is amazingly tender meat. Sorry, that just came out wrong, but it is tender meat. It's lovely. I have a friend on YouTube called Mick Outdoors, and Mick is brilliant, but Mick is the king of innuendos. So I'll put a link actually for Mick's channel in this description also, but give him a follow also. He's a really good guy, and he puts loads of gear. He's Temu obsessed, so he buys loads of gear from Temu. Some of the stuff I think he buys, I'm like, questionable, but some of the stuff he gets, and he gets it for an absolute bargain, is absolutely first class. He gets some really, really good gear. So yeah, check Mick Outdoors out. He's a good guy. So the answer to the question is there enough fuel in the Trangia stove to cook a main meal? Yeah, and there's plenty left over. So, one of the little tips that I've seen is that if you drop your simmer ring on top of your stove, do it better than I just did, there we go, and then put a little bit of water back in your frying pan and simmer it off. It'll clean it, so you'll not have loads of material stuck to it. Now that's what I've seen and been told. Now it'll be interesting to see if it works or not. So that is my lunch right there. It does look and taste amazing. So here's the downfall with these aluminium bowls, is they transfer heat really quickly, so they're quick to cool down. All right, that is first class, man. So the only food I really dislike is sweet corn, especially baby sweet corn. Don't see the point of it. So, with that in mind, what food do you guys hate? Just one food, the food you dislike the most. Catherine dislikes olives. I love olives. She loves sweet corn. I hate sweet corn. I also appreciate that watching me eat this isn't the most riveting YouTube content you guys are ever going to see, but I'll bring you back when it's finished. I'm not sure if you can see her off this camera, but there's a family of ducks, baby ducks, just swimming out there. That is the thing I want to know. So, for everyone who is a Trangia user, especially using the Trangia 27 or 25, what's your favourite meals? What do you use? What do you cook? What's your ingredients? I want to know. I want to do more cooking, but I don't want to be coming out with pre-made stuff. I'd like to be able to come out and actually cook something from fresh. You know, maybe bring noodles out and stuff. But what do you guys recommend? What are your go-to meals for the Trangia 27? Safety consideration with those things is don't fill them up until they're cold. So let the thing cool down first. Which then is lucky for me because I have my other one. So just going to get a coffee on the go. Because the name of the channel is Walk Talk Brew, so brew meaning a cup of tea or coffee, as well as obviously a brew could be you're brewing alcohol, but that's not me. If you come here looking for alcohol reviews, you're definitely in the wrong place. I really like these little Tokes mugs. Just because you know you've got a measurement inside just for how much water you actually need for a cup of tea or coffee. The plan's simple now, is get a coffee on the go, then rinse all this stuff off, pack it away, and then have a little bit of a play with that hammock, Marc's old hammock. I mean, it is, the sun's come out and it is absolutely spectacular. It is a lovely, lovely day. So yeah. So that little tip works. Inside the frying pan's spotless. It's a good job that. Just shame about the back. I think maybe the stove that I bought with the Trangia kit had other fuel in it, so it may just need a really good rinse out. Yeah. The Trangia 27, actually impressed with that. It's a good little buy. So if anyone that does have any meal recommendations, etc., I would be keen to know what they are and to give them a go. One of the mistakes I did make when I first got Trangia was putting the lid on when it was still a bit warm. Wasn't a good idea. So now I do wait until they cool down properly. Still in my coffee bags. So folks, I think with that, I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to drink a coffee and then I'm going to go and set my hammock up. And that's going to be something just for me, just to relax with and just to think about Marc and other things in life. Also got a Bounty. So Bounty is a coconut chocolate bar, if you're not familiar with it. I love coconut. I love these. These and Twixes. Do love those. Anyway, with that guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you if you're still here watching, really appreciate it. If you can subscribe, please do subscribe. We'd love to get now up to 5,000, so we're what, 3,500 away from that target or thereabouts. But I do think it's actually doable now, having had the success that we've had, which is all down to you guys for watching and subscribing. So massive appreciation. Thank you so much for that. If you can subscribe, please do so. I said we're off to Rhodes now, so when you're watching this, we'll be in Rhodes. But I'll see you guys when we get back for the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.